Africa. While containing many natural wonders of the world, the people of Africa suffer under the pandemic of AIDS. It's reported that there are 28 million people infected with HIV in Africa. 3.2 million of them are innocent children. Each day, 250 children are born HIV positive. And while in the U.S. we are still coping with the aftermath of 9/11, where we lost 3,000 people in a single day to an act of terror, AIDS is responsible for 6,000 deaths per day in Africa. That's 2 9/11s per day, 7 days per week, 52 weeks per year. It's reported in some of the hardest hit rural communities that between 30 and 40% of the people are HIV positive. The nation of Swaziland is faced with total extinction within the next generation if something is not done to curb the tide of death through AIDS.
Hello, I'm Dr. Daniel Daves. I'm here today to bring you hope, to show you some true encouragement in our struggle against AIDS, HIV.
Right now we're standing right here at a graveyard, and there's multiple graveyards here in town. This is one of the older, more established graveyards, and as you can see back behind us, there's just grave after grave after grave that it's fresh. There's a fresh grave site every 15 to 20 feet. And so it's clear that people are dying everywhere around here, and death seems to be something that people have to deal with here in Pietro Tief every day. So I'd like to ask you, as a nurse, what are you seeing here in the area, in the hospital, in this city? What are you seeing in the death rates? What's going on?
The death rate has increased so much, even in the hospital. Because of shortage of staff, other people are found being deaf, not attended by the nurses because they were not seen. Since people are overflowing and are HIV infected, even in our place at the location, you find out each and every week as the week is starting, people are dying. Others are buried during the week. Then in the cemetery, you find that there's 3 to 4 funerals. Even on weekends, if we go off, there's no more rest, we had to go for funerals, memorial services each and every day because of HIV. There's no more things maybe to go to prayers and anything or wedding. It's just funerals and funerals. And others are burying on Sundays because those undertakers, they will say, we are fully booked, we can't bury. Therefore, even on Sundays, now the pastors are going to cemetery than going to preach at the church.
So 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
For years, our organization has been working hard to find all-natural immune system support tools and builders of the immune system so that someone with AIDS or an HIV-positive person could live a normal, healthy life in spite of being HIV positive. Well, we have found one tool that has been very instrumental in saving the lives of many, many people, especially the young children, the orphans, those with AIDS, HIV in Africa. The product, Flax Hull Lignans. It's been known for years through scientific research that if you could get enough of the lignin into the human body, it would renovate the immune system. And for the first time in history, we are now able to extract the lignin out of the hull of the flax seed. And through this extraction process, a person is able to eat the equivalent of gallons of flaxseed through 1 teaspoon of lignin product. I'd like to take you now to Swaziland, where our registered nurse, Emma Fishlock, has been working with AIDS, HIV orphans, as well as other children who are simply malnourished.
I'm Emma Fishlock. I'm a registered nurse from the UK, from England. I've been over here in Swaziland for 10 months now, working with the Lighthouse and Teen Challenge on Hawani Farm, looking after 19 children, orphan children there who have been affected and affected by the HIV epidemic here. I also look after 73 children of preschool age, health-wise, and I've introduced the Flax program to them as well as our children on the farm. I've noticed amazing things with these children. I started the program in November '05, and a lot of the results that we've pulled from these groups within 2-3 months of the flax being introduced have seen massive changes in height and in weight and in general health status, which is awesome and exciting from my point of view. Has decreased my workload, which has been fantastic. No, but it's just been good to see these children just grow and become nutritionally more healthy and a lot more vibrant than when I first came, where I was seeing them maybe twice a week, health-wise, with the different kinds of infections. So it's good to testify that I've seen great things with this product, and hoping to see more changes as the time goes on.
Swaziland is a nation that it's statistically proven, unless there is a change, unless something dramatically changes in this nation, it will be completely wiped out by the AIDS, HIV pandemic by the year 2050.
Okay, this is the first case. He's 12 years old. He is HIV positive. It's quite a complicated story. He came to the lighthouse very emaciated, malnourished, been in a toilet for a few months where he lived as a street child. So he was in quite a poor condition when he came to us. But with this one, they weighed him when he first came in, and he was around 30 kgs, and they weighed him and monitored him over a 6-month period. And what we found that since the flaxseed, which we started in November '05, he has put on a huge amount of weight and progress. So in 6 months he put on, from their results, 4 kgs. Within a same period with the flaxseed, he's put on, I think it's about 10 kgs.
Wow.
In a 6-month period. So I mean, where it's dipped is when he was poorly and I had to treat him, but he's then put on another spurt, and the same with his height. Okay. Here as well. That's grundy. And so when we started the flaxseed about here properly, almost immediately, and within all the case studies at the same time, we started it in the November-December time. By the time it got to the February time, in each case you saw immediate growth. And health-wise with him, I've only seen him about twice in 10 months, health-wise, which is good for someone with HIV. But also when you do treat, because sometimes they have huge infections, and they're easily treatable. I mean, you put them on a course of antibiotics, which you would do for anyone, and their body fights it as well as anyone else. Within a week, few days, they are back to normal again, which with an HIV person, you would sometimes expect a longer recovery, a longer time to recover from that process. And with him, we did a CD4 count for his HIV status, and we found that the level for that was very good. It was above 500, which is excellent, especially for someone who's been probably as HIV. The period he's been HIV has been quite a long time. I think it's just the difference in the 6 months. I mean, a 6-month period only put on 4 kgs. And no improvement in his physical, nutritional kind of state. But then in the same period, that happens when he had a 10 kg gain in a few months. It's amazing.
I'd like to take you now into South Africa. And in South Africa, we're going to go to a small community called Piet Retief. And in Piet Retief is a wonderful orphanage. There, the orphans are on the Flax Lignan product and are having amazing results. Let's talk with the director of the Uzwela Home Orphanage at this time.
Hi, my name is Gerland Marzinger. We started this orphanage with these children approximately 4 years ago when the first children came in. This little one is our, that is Letitia. Letitia came here and she was AIDS positive. They warned us that she is very ill. And we have tested her 3 times after flax, and she shows 3 times negative. So she's really our little star, and next year she's going to be in the 1st grade school. She is at the moment in the preschool. Zenzo is the first one who came. That is his brother. Jabula is his brother. And he's going in our Maranatha school. He's sponsored to be in a private school, and he's quite intelligent dude. Let me see there. Yeah, here are, this is a sister, Nokotula and Noktola. There's also two children, a family. We can see the mother love. The parents are both having the illness, and the mother knew that she hasn't got money to look after her children, and she was weak, and she was scared that she would infect her children and ask us to look after her children. So where the parents are alive, that's the only couple where I've got a couple where the children are alive, and they're doing quite well. This is Sihle. That means in Zulu, he's beautiful. His mother is lying in hospital and is busy dying of AIDS. Unfortunately, the child has inherited the same illness as his mother, but he adjusted so fast, and he is a very happy child. This little child here next to me is also on Flax. Unfortunately, he came a little bit later, but Flax has helped him tremendously already. This is also Puti. He was also in one of our first group that came. I must say, if the children are here and they have the healthy food, they pick up radical weight. And as Pastor Davis promised us now that we can give every child flax food, I can just see the improvement of these children, and we are very pleased. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce you now to our South African National Director, Franz du Plessis.
The orphans, the old people, women who are vulnerable. These people are so vulnerable, and because of sickness, they've lost their jobs. They are economically impoverished. They can't afford expensive drugs, expensive medicine. But this food supplement has been proven through all our testings, and we are still busy with about 200 of them.
With regards to the flax product, I have a testimony, one of amongst many. There's a gentleman that he had cancer, and when I looked at him, it as though he had third-degree burns within his abdominal area.
Yeah.
And what had happened was his daughter called me and told me, "If you please come and do a will," simply because my father is on his way out. So I've been to the family, and then I introduced the gentleman to the flax, and the son of the house told me that if you see his father change and his father's health progress, he's going to commit himself to Christ.
Wow.
And just as he said, today he's a member of our church, and it's gone 4 months, and the guy is actually doing very, very well.
You've also worked involved in with a man that is in Parliament that has came to the hospital where your work is a physio, and he got introduced into the program. What happened with him?
His name is Mr. Ngema, and he's a member of Parliament.
Yes.
I did not know about the situation, but I just felt I need to introduce him to the product. And when I was out of the country, he tried to contact my wife, and he said he wants to speak with me urgently, and my wife wanted to know what was the reason. And he said he's excited simply because he had some lumps all over his body that were there for a couple of years. And after going into this product, and he said this lumps has all dissolved completely. And then he also had a friend that had leukemia, and he introduced his friend to the product, and the results were phenomenal.
Well, it's amazing, all these wonderful things that we've heard, all these testimonies, and there are so many, many more of the testimonies that Philip has told us. We are involved in many programs at the stage up in northern KwaZulu-Natal with orphanages. We're also involved with the government that is very interested, and they came to see us when Dr. Daniel Daves was in Durban. We had a conference, actually a seminar, and some of these officials from the South African government came to see us. They heard about Flax Lignans, and they met up with some people in Switzerland who told them about the flax and what Flax Lignans have done to them. And they said whenever the representatives of this product come to South Africa, they would like to meet them And so we had a meeting with two of these officials, and they told us that this kind of a thing would truly be of such help in the schools as a food supplement, because it builds the immune system. And once your immune system is built, then the body has natural ways of healing itself.
The supplement that we are talking about today is Flax Hull Lignans. It's been understood for years through scientific research that if you could get enough of the Flax Hull Lignan in the human body, it would renovate the immune system and allow it to do the work that it has been meant to do all along. AIDS is an autoimmune deficiency syndrome where the immune system has been suppressed or is completely depleted. But when you introduce the Flax Lignan product to an AIDS sufferer, their immune system, in many, many cases, jump starts again and comes into full-blown working ability. And once again, that AIDS sufferer will lose the AIDS symptoms and begin to live a normal, healthy life.
Again, we want to plead and ask, please help us. Please support us, especially with a product that we believe in Africa can make such a difference. God bless you.
As you've seen, the Flax Lignan supplement that we are delivering into Africa, it's bringing life, it's bringing health, it's bringing God's hand of mercy upon those innocent children in Africa. And we appreciate your help. We appreciate your involvement and your support. Especially at this time, we appreciate your prayers. This is Dr. Daniel Daves, and I pray that you have been blessed with this good report. Good news is coming in our fight and struggle against AIDS, HIV, and the destruction that it's bringing to innocent lives everywhere. Indeed, we are beginning to win this battle. The answers are coming. Yes, indeed, the answer is here. Thank you very much.